So, you came here to watch a video. This video is, am I the booty hole? I think it's too early in my video to cuss yet, so I didn't know what to do there. But yeah, am I the asshole? we're here on Reddit, checking out Reddit stories. I brought my fiance on board for this episode, so let's get into it. If you guys like this form of video, let me know. Leave a comment down below and hit that like button, and we might make it an ongoing series where I bring on friends and we ask, am I the asshole? Also, let me know in the comments down below too, which story you feel like the person's the asshole or not. I don't know, let's have some fun. Let's get it. Am I the asshole for calling off my birthday dinner because my parents are making me include my sister? Oh! Oh! I don't know, let's find out.
Yeah.
I, 16-year-old female, am the oldest of 4. Okay, you're little siblings? Come on.
Right.
You're already the asshole before we read this. If we were like all grown adults and they did some like fuck shit, I get it. But if they're like babies, like, come on, just have them at the family dinner. My younger siblings,
like, how bad can it be?
Like they're 14, 11, and 9. Like, what are we doing here? They all have food allergies and were passed down from my mom's side of the family. I don't have food allergies. My siblings' allergies are pretty severe. Oh, okay. I kind of understand where this is going now. Okay, this always meant that we have to be very careful with the food in our house, as well as where we eat out. There's only 2 restaurants in the small town that are safe for my siblings to eat at. I hate both those places with a passion. The food is so bland to me, and some of it's disgusting. My parents are okay with it, and my siblings love both places. I'm not the only one who feels that way because my grandpa always grumbles when the wider family gets together to eat someplace because he hates them too. But we both know that they're the only options we have. My parents like to do family dinners instead of birthday parties for our birthdays. That's fine. Yeah, that makes sense. I always hated it because it's never super fun to eat at places you don't like. Yeah. I told my parents that I'd like to do something different for my birthday for years now, but they always treated it like I was some bratty kid for wanting something other than a family dinner. I mean, you're 16 years old. It's expensive to like do anything else, and if your family's like, hey, we can only really afford to do this, just be happy they're celebrating it. I don't know.
Right, I'm real curious if money is an issue, because that really changes the
Right?
dynamic.
Because it's like if they've never held a birthday party for you, you guys only have done family dinners. I'm gonna assume that we got a little bit of family money struggles, right?
Yeah.
They talked about how resentful I am of the sacrifices we need to make for my siblings, and how it shows how much I dislike doing it, and how they are ashamed to say that about their own firstborn. God damn! Okay, well, I mean, parents do say some weird shit. That's fair. All right. They told me I should be glad to do it for my siblings. I mean, sometimes I resent missing out on certain experiences. The local indoor playground was always off limits because they had peanuts at the tables of. Oh man! They couldn't even play the local indoor playground because their siblings are allergic to peanuts. Man!
Yeah, I feel like, they could have made an exception.
I feel kind of bad for this kid now.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, this is very back and forth. I'm like,
right.
Also, this is cool because you and I were planning to have kids within the next like 2 years, hopefully. So
Yeah.
it's kind of fun going through stories of other people parenting and shit.
Situational.
Yeah. Also, couldn't go to see a movie with my friends because my parents were concerned about exposure to something like peanuts. They're worried about your exposure to it? Okay.
Okay, that's
Okay.
kinda...
We're getting into an area that's very bizarre because if your parents tell you, "Hey, just don't eat M&Ms and stuff while you're out because your siblings are allergic if you come back after being in contact with it," that's a problem. But if like they tell you if you just respect that cuz your siblings could fucking die, you should be able to still go to the movies with your friends. This feels I don't know, this feels like your parents are broke and using the excuse that your siblings have allergies. Because indoor playgrounds cost money, the movies cost money, even having a birthday party for you costs money. And I feel like they're just using the excuse of the allergies to cover up the fact that y'all are financially struggling. and they don't want to tell
Right.
you.
Yeah, because you're not gonna cause any allergic reaction from being in a building that has peanuts in it. That makes
Exactly.
no
As
sense.
long as you don't make direct contact, and then you are clearly 16, your parents
Yeah,
understand that you understand the severity of their issues, so you're not someone who's negligent about your siblings' like
yeah.
ailments.
And even then, you're still gonna be clear if you just wash your hands after.
Yeah, like you just like after you come into like yeah, even then you've come into contact, you can still deal with it. That's so
Right?
bizarre.
Like I don't even know if peanut allergies work via contact. I think you gotta like eat it to get the severe reaction.
I know that if someone has peanut oil on their hands from touching it, and then someone, and then like if since he like they have a child who's like 9 years old, 9-year-olds always put their fucking hands near their mouths, right? So be like worried
Right.
about touching the
Yeah.
kid. But even if you as soon as you come home, just wash your hands and just wash your like you're fine. You should be okay
Uh-huh.
because the peanut oils would no longer be on you. Okay, this year they told me that I could skip the family celebration and go out to dinner with my friends since my grandparents were willing to host us for a sleepover as well. Fantastic, because the grandparents fucking hate the other diner anyway, so they can help you out.
Mhm.
Nice. I was so happy. My friends and I had agreed to a place to try in town, and one of them is related to the owner, so we were able to make a family reservation for us. Then my sister wanted to come to dinner with us. I told her she couldn't because it's a place that she can't eat in or even be in. My parents told me I would just need to change the location, but my sister wants to. What? But my sister wants to go, so she better be allowed to come? They told me that
Uh-huh.
there was no compromises to be had. I told them I don't like the place either, and she can eat at. What? This is no. This is bad parenting.
Yeah.
Oh no. And said that I'd still have my sister there. So I called my friends and told them about that the whole thing was off. They felt so bad for me, and I told my grandparents too. My grandparents were furious. It became a fight between my parents and grandparents, and my parents flipped out at me for calling off the dinner. They told me how cruel it was to cancel the whole pre-planned thing just because they're making me include my sister. Am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole.
Right. It's not a pre-planned thing if you're forcing her to change the plans.
Yeah, exactly. If it was actually pre-planned, like since it was, you're saying that she has to change it. Yeah, 100% what you just said. Yeah. Like,
Right.
I totally understand for like most of this, like from the parenting perspective, if you're struggling with money, it's very difficult for you and you're raising a bunch of kids who all have a similar allergy. But then you finally went like, okay, you know what? She doesn't have this allergy. We found the compromise, which is to let her go with the grandparents instead to avoid the issue of the allergy. Like you worked everything out and then you're like, let's include the allergy again. Like why?
Yeah.
Like you're not prioritizing like
Right.
your other sibling. Like, why does the 14-year-old sister matter more than the 16-year-old's birthday?
Yeah, it's not her birthday, right?
Yeah, and it's like if she and then again, right? If the 14-year-old really wants to spend birthday dinner with her sister, be like, "Cool, when I come back in the morning, we can have like pancakes together." Or when I
Do a
come back
separate
the
one.
next day, we can go eat lunch together or like whatever. Like you don't have to.
Right. Like, older sister has spent pretty much her whole life, making her activities revolve around other siblings' allergies. You should give her birthday to just, do some other shit.
And that's the thing is the parents made the right decision originally. Like, they did try
Yeah.
their best, and then they fucked up.
Yeah, they
Like,
just caved into fucking the younger sister.
which is just so stupid. Like, they were so close to being good. Because, like, the
Yeah.
compromise is being like, "Do you know what? Yeah, if you do it with your grandparents, sure. As long as you don't include the siblings because we need to protect them. Perfect." Right? Like, what?
Mm,
You know what? I'm
yeah,
proud
it's
of the girl for
so dumb.
canceling her whole birthday and getting the grandparents to get mad at them. Because
Yeah.
clearly the parents are so, like, rabbit holed into their own bullshit that she can't even stand up for herself, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah,
they
it's like
shut her
the
down.
yeah, the parents not realize that, okay, well, we're making your birthday party something that you don't even want to do.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be mad if someone wants to cancel that.
Yeah, and, like, I'm so glad the grandparents, like, stood up for her, though, that's really great.
Right.
But god damn. Ooh!
Huh. Yeah, that's
There's
a
a lot of empathy I have for parts of this for the parents until that's just stupid. Because
right.
like, you can't be like, "Oh, my kid's so dramatic, blah, blah, blah." Yeah, they're 16. I'm sorry, did you expect your
Uh
16-year-old daughter to not feel like shit for her sweet 16 that she can't even have a sleepover with her friends without you trying to make it about other siblings. Like, dang, I don't know. I'd be kind of bitchy too. Fuck it.
Hmm.
Let me have a me day. Every day is me day now that I'm an adult, though.
Yeah, right. You make these decisions.
That's right. Hey, relax. All right. Okay, which one do you want to do? Am I the asshole for not allowing my son and daughter-in-law? Oh, to
I
use
think
my
so.
vacation home for their baby shower, even though I let my other daughter-in-law do so.
That could be interesting.
Oh, that could be interesting. Oh, because our wedding's coming up.
Yeah.
So, oh,
Mhm.
this is shady. Oh, I'm excited. No follow-up?
Um,
Oh, is there? Oh, yeah. I don't know how to check for follow-up. This is my first time doing Am I the Asshole stuff. Is there follow-up stuff? How do you check?
I imagine usually you gotta wait because these are all new.
Oh, yeah. These are all super new. Right? This came out 11 hours ago for the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have searched by something else then. I guess I should have done like by the
Uh,
month.
yeah, we can change that. Like maybe top for the month.
Top. Where'd the month at?
It
Edit
shows up. Yeah.
month. Okay. Uh.
Yeah, and you. I think the ones with follow-ups will have like a edit at the bottom.
Okay. 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 Am I the asshole for being disrespectful and telling my parents good luck with that when they tried to ground me?
I mean, I don't have context, but probably.
You sound like an asshole. Like, I want to read it though.
Yeah.
You sound like an asshole.
Mm.
I live at home while going to university. I'm in my final year and I have a job lined up after I graduate. My parents have been
Oh,
charging me rent since I was 16. Oh, shit. I have a small company that makes about 60,000 a year. Oh, wow, that I started in high school? Okay.
hmm.
Okay. It's one of the
Well,
reasons why I graduated early from high school and why I got attention from recruiters. My parents said that since I was earning adult money, that I could take in adult responsibilities. I'm actually totally fine with like kids and teenagers or whatever contributing towards the household, especially if like I don't know to understand like parents like raising kids and having a family, especially like when it comes to like later on, shit gets expensive. And I'm okay. I'm okay with like people like you charging your kid rent if they have the capability to pay that rent. If you're doing it to be a dickhead and you know they don't have the capability to pay that, then you're super messed up for it, right? Is that fair to say? Or do you disagree?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it
Because me
really
personally,
depends on the age too.
yeah, because I don't know. Because if they were 16, I'd be like, keep your money. But then again, it's like, what if I was struggling in a financial situation where their contribution to helping pay the electric bills would help?
Yeah, right.
Right? I'm trying to put myself in that.
Which
It depends, like, what's
it
my income?
doesn't seem like that is the case since their justification was only that OP was earning enough money to be an adult.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, we need help with the budget. They said,
Right.
since I'm
You're
earning
making adult
adult
money.
money, I can have adult responsibilities.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
right.
Oh, these are weird ass parents trying to leech off your money. Oh, that's kind of weird. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, already I'm really leaning towards not the asshole. Like if they're charging you rent, like you're an adult, you're doing your own shit.
Yeah,
Like,
the moment they do that, I don't think they have the right to if they're gonna say you're an adult, then I don't know,
right.
rescind that the moment they
Yeah.
all right, we'll see what happens. Uh
You're charging rent.
okay, they also thought that was fair to pay rent and stuff. Okay, so they're cool with it. So I paid
Right.
for all my own stuff at the age of 16, not university. I got a scholarship. Oh, good for you. And the rent they charged me was a minor $300 a month. Okay, yeah. Like just kind of setting you up for life and responsibilities. That's okay. But basically, I considered my room to be completely mine after that. I kept it tidy, and I like it that way. They had no say in when I cleaned it, when I did my laundry, other than to not do it at a time that would disturb the family. For example, 3 a.m. I bought food for myself and I ate what I wanted. They tried to say I was separating myself from the family, but I saw it more as having my own schedule. This year, after spring break, I went to Mexico with my friends. My parents were upset because they were hosting a big Easter family to get together. When I got back, they said I was behaving badly by not being around the family gathering. I said it was last spring break in university and I was not responsible for their schedule. They said I was grounded and I laughed and said good luck with that. I went to my room and locked the door. They tried banging on it for my attention, but I'm done. My grandfather came over to talk to me later. He said that he's the one. Oh, who? They forgot the W. I said, "Ho helped."
Yeah, he the hoe.
He the hoe who helped. Sorry. The one who helped me get my company started, and he's always there for me. He said that I was rude to my parents when they were trying to be there for me. I asked him how much rent he charged my mom when she lived at home. He said it was ridiculous to think that he would charge his kids rent. I told him that I've been paying rent for 4 years. He went into the house and I heard a fight. When he came out, he said that I need to treat my parents with more respect. But since they are my landlords, they do not have say over how I spend my time.
Yeah,
W grandpa. I'm avoiding my
right.
parents now. I'm renting an Airbnb until I graduate. I took everything that was important and I left $600 for the last 2 months. I had planned on being there. They kept calling, but I'm currently getting ready to move to my new job and I don't have the energy to deal with them.
Yeah, like, I'm saying it's not the asshole. Sure, like he could have said that in a way where he explains the situation to them more. But like saying good luck with that is not nearly close enough to be considered an asshole in the situation. If anyone's really an asshole, it's the parents.
See, I have this thing sometimes though, where like my tonality is really fucked up, as you know. Where like I have this thing where like I'll sound a lot more coy and laugh at something than I intend to, because in my brain I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So I like laugh. So I hope this is
Uh,
one of those motherfuckers who's like, yeah, good luck with that.
right? I mean, honestly, even if he said it just like that,
Oh.
like a little fucking supervillain, you're still not the asshole, right? Like, sure, at that point it's petty, but
We've had
you
two
know,
W grandparents in these past two Am I the Asshole stories.
right? Yeah, it's always grandparents coming through,
And it's like, I
right?
respect the grandpa coming in and talking to them and being like, hey, like, that's disrespectful to not spend Easter with the family, especially when it's one of the last family dinners before you graduate and before you're like moving out for university. I could totally understand that. But you've been charging your kid rent since they were 16. And, okay, also, if you start charging your kid rent since they were 16 and you notice they're becoming isolated, and in that 4 years of time, you never once sat them down to be like, hey, I feel like you're distant because I said that, like, "Oh, you're becoming more distant from the family," but you never had a heart to heart to be like, "What can I do to rescind that to make sure we're closer?"
Right.
And if they were like, "Oh, I don't wanna pay rent, I wanna be your like, I wanna be, like, your actual son or daughter," like, that's it, like, you could resolve that, but, like, no, you just chose not to have the conversation because you like the little $300 a month, you dickheads,
Hmm.
and then what'd you expect?
That's how it is.
And, like, for me, I just yeah, which is a great point that grandpa said where it's like, I couldn't imagine charging my kid for that. And the only thing for me is like, if I had a kid where I was like worried about their spending habits and I would be like, "Hey, do you want me to like open a high interest savings account for you and then you give me money each month that I put away for you?" I would offer that to them, but I would never charge them rent no matter how much money they made.
Yeah, I feel like if there were a situation where like the kid needs to get like a fire under their ass and like, actually start, saving up their money and stuff, I'd probably make it under the guise of rent. Like, hey, I'm gonna start charging XYZ in rent. Just put that in a savings account, and then once they're ready to move out, then actually, give that all back to them.
That's a great idea. Yeah, especially, like, if they're, like, an adult and it's harder. So, for example, like, we all know the housing economy right now is just ass, right? And if our kid was still living with us and they're, like, 20, which is uncommon for, like for us, like, we moved I mean, you moved out relatively young. I moved out very young.
Yeah, for our generation, it's getting real common though to be like,
To stay at home for, like, into your early 20s. Yeah, it's very common for
right,
people to stay
even
home.
like mid late.
Yeah, so, like, I wouldn't really hold that against them, but what I would do is charge them, like, a reasonable amount of rent in their 20s and just making sure
Right.
that, like and then I would do exactly what you said, where it's like we would just put it aside for them to help them actually attain a home or ascertain a home eventually, or like at least rent a proper place like a condo and put like, monthly payments on the condo each month.
Yeah, right. Like, bare minimum, like even like you're in your 20s, at least either be working or studying for a career. Like
Oh
just be
yeah.
doing something. You don't want to just like be marinating in your house doing nothing,
Yeah.
Because eventually, like, we're not gonna be around, and they're gonna have to take care of themselves.
And the last thing you want is become like your kid's crutch unintentionally and then screw them over for their entire
Right.
life because you didn't like help them with their motivation and stuff. Because at the end of the day, like especially like since like we have depression, like I'm medicated diagnosed depressed and I
Yeah.
like needing like I definitely needed that push for certain aspects of my life. Not saying all of them. Maybe not as much as I probably had, but but, like, at the same time, it's like, I can recognize, like, oh, if my kid has depression or something, and they need that help or that push because they can't give themselves the motivation or drive, I'm more than happy to do that without making them feel like dog shit or isolated from the family.
Right. Yeah, yeah, right. And it's like, the parents should really take the time to, understand their kid and, the reasons why he's doing what he's doing instead of just, basically lashing out.
Yeah, and it's like, also, you have this big family dinner planned, and you didn't even, like you're not including this kid in your family. Like, what are you doing, right? Like, you you only bring up in passing. It feels like we're kind of growing distant. Like,
Uh-huh.
what the fuck did you think?
Right.
Anyways, not the asshole for that one.
For sure. I I wonder what controversial shows. Is there a way to sort by controversial? Because I bet
Oh,
all the real upvoted ones are probably gonna be all not the asshole.
how do we do that? How do we so
Oh, they might have gotten rid of controversial. Never mind.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, they probably. I don't see it anymore.
I'm trying to everyone sucks. Oh!
Okay.
Am I the asshole for telling my sister that I don't care about the baby she lost?
All right. That one.
Oh
No
my
way.
god! Oh no! Oh, that's such a Oh, how can you write that title and think you're okay? Okay. I, 20 male, and my sister 23, well, obviously female, I guess, in the scenario. Have been very close since uh she lost her baby. Okay, well, I'm glad you're there to support her. She lost the baby at the end of 2022. That is fairly recent. You wrote this 3 days ago. That is so fucking recent. When she was about 5 months pregnant, obviously our whole family was shocked and very. She lost the baby when she was 5 months pregnant. Oh my
Jesus.
god. And very supportive initially. However, I really tried to help her through this and get her back on her feet. Coming to her apartment to clean, cook for her, it also doesn't help that her baby daddy left shortly after. Her life is falling apart. Jesus
She is
Christ.
comboed.
My sister was unable to work because of her depression, so my family would help chip in to pay her bills. Amazing family to do that. Great. She remained like this for 7 months, perfectly acceptable. When my parents told her that they couldn't no longer support her, when all she does is lay in bed and smoke a lot, like 24/7, but they don't know that. Okay, well, they don't know the smoking part. They just know she lays in bed all the time and that she at least needs to look for a job. She lashed out saying she needs their support now more than ever. Regardless of them, I began to solely supporting her. Mind you, I live with my parents and attending school. I mean, you stepped up as a brother, and I really appreciate that about you. I'm just really upset with the parents in this because I'm like 7 months after she lost the baby and lost her partner, and she's like having a fucking mental breakdown. Get her some therapy. Right?
Right.
How about we don't cut off her financial support? How about we pay for some therapy and we pay for like maybe a support like some sort of support system for her, maybe some sort of medical like support system as well, maybe even addiction help in case she's like over self-medicating because she's going through it too much emotionally. This is a cry for help. This is not somebody who like this is not someone who's just wasting away because they want to. It's because they had a whole life planned for their kid and their partner and they're both gone. Like what the
Mhm.
fuck are we doing here? Okay, anyways, continuing. That brings us to last Friday. I have about 3 semesters left of school and money has been getting tight. I told my sister that I really need to start saving and she needs to get a job or just move back in. She lashed out at me, saying that I could never understand 100% true and that I was terrible brother for even mentioning it. I said, "Excuse me, I've been paying your bills for over a year and have been the only one trying to help her get over this." She began yelling at me and calling me terrible names. I just snapped, saying I don't give a fuck about her dead baby. Oh my god.
Mhm.
And I did none of this for that baby. I helped her because I love my sister and I want the best for my sister and I want her to recover. I told her this and she just started attacking me and I just left. Dude,
Very insensitive, even if your heart's in the right place. That is very insensitive to say.
like, if you snap and say the first part, like, I don't give a fuck about your dead baby, and like you're like in a moment of like, I mean, like, all of this, if you're in like a moment of like really primitive anger because y'all are actually just screaming and you're a 20-year-old dude, I can
Mhm.
kind of be like, no, I don't, that's too fucked up. It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
That's so bad. How can you say the words, "I don't give a fuck about her dead baby," and I did none of that for that baby? Like, that's insane.
Right. Ah.
That's
What's the rest of it? What's the rest of it?
okay. Next morning, my parents sat me down and told me what I said was very wrong and rude. Okay, thank you, parents. I explained what happened and how I'm still continuing to pay our bills after they stopped. They were just quiet and then they just left. My mother grabbed my shoulder and told me that my sister started applying for jobs. I feel really, oh my god, I really feel bad. But also, a certain degree, it worked, and she's at least looking to work. I know my sister will forgive me eventually. I still feel bad. Am I the asshole? Oh my god. The fact that people typed everyone sucks, I don't know, dog. I think he's just the asshole here. I think your parents should have been better parents and actually supported her properly and like helped her get a job and helped her maybe even get one that's remote work because this you like explained that the story has been happening since 2022 all the way to now. So it's like
Yeah.
remote work exists. Like, we could try
Uh,
to get her into online courses even if she really doesn't feel the motivation to go out yet. Like, there's so many
I'm
things.
curious, why was the sister so against moving in with the parents though? Because at least from the information we have, it wouldn't be the end of the world for the sister to move in with the parents, and and then OP wouldn't really have that financial burden of like
Oh,
trying to support her.
good point, because she stayed in the apartment, he had to pay for the apartment. So
Right.
why not just break the lease of your apartment and then go back living with your parents so you don't have to be the financial burden?
Right. And according to OP, moving back in was an option.
Where does it say that?
Uh, in the second paragraph, it says, I told my sister that I really need to start saving and that she needs to get a job or just move back in.
Okay. Wow. But my only concern is what if she's feeling like the trauma of losing the baby, losing her partner, right? And then being like, I'm losing my whole life, right? And she's associating that with her apartment and her independence, right? But that's like that's something that your parents should be the one to sit you down and be like, we're helping you gain control of your life. Come back with us. We're gonna help you get through
Yeah.
this. The fact that they even let her stay in that apartment alone is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The moment you
Right.
lose a baby and your life is going like that, as a parent, you should be like, "Hey, you're staying with me." Like, we need to,
Mm.
like, help you figure shit out. You're 23. Like, you should not be alone going through this. Am I insane to think that? I feel like the parents are a big fucking problem here. I feel like the brother did a great job caring for his sister. Saying what he
Mm.
said is really fucked up, though. That's really dark.
Right. Like, I'm curious, was she bringing up the dead baby before he said that? because I don't know. It just sounds like the reason why the baby was even a topic would have to be something like that. It was brought up previously, and he needed to clarify that. Hey, I care about you. I don't care about
Well, it says here she lashed at me saying that I could never 100% understand, and I was a terrible brother for even mentioning it. Right?
Oh, okay.
Which, like,
Yeah.
I would assume was because she's like, you don't understand the fact that I lost a baby and I can't do those human functioning things. Which, by the way, even without losing a baby, there's people who fall into really bad pits of depression due to like a bunch of traumatic shit happening in their lives. And having a support system is extremely important, and not only monetarily having a support system. Like
Mm.
your family should like be there. And if your family's not there, like a friend, anything, man. I feel like this poor girl was left to rot in her apartment, and
Yeah.
they're like, "We're financially supporting you. Why are you not
Right.
getting back on your feet?" It's like, fuck, she needed more than that. She
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
someone who
I feel
genuinely is
like the
broken.
parents are the asshole, and OP's. I don't know. Like I don't feel like OP's an asshole just because it's like you're probably fed up with this shit, and it's a situation that the parents should be handling.
True, and he's only 20, and he took all this responsibility on his own shoulders.
Yeah. Right. Like
And it's like,
he's
yeah, you know what? That's a really
been
good
doing a
point.
whole lot. Right. Like that's a lot to ask for a 20-year-old.
Yeah. And it's like, "Oh, you as the parents didn't step up, so I did, even though I'm in school, even though I have to work a job, and even" like, right? It's like, Jesus.
Right.
You know what? Yeah, I don't think OP's the asshole. I don't even think the sister's the asshole. I think it's the parents here. What the fuck is
Yeah.
wrong with them?
Yeah. Man's gotta do better. This shouldn't be on the younger brother.
Like,
It's like,
and if you, like, are aware that she's rotting in her apartment for 7 months and you're not helping, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? All she does is lay in bed. Yeah, you fucking think there might be a problem?
right?
Like, hey, dude, that might be a good sign. The fact that she's not cooking for herself or cleaning anymore, that she's literally laying in bed rotting. Maybe we can put two and two together, parents, at some point, please? Insane.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
yeah, he is an asshole for saying, like, what he said in particular, but even then, it's like, as a
Yeah.
overall in the story, he's not.
Yeah, I feel like he said something very rude and insensitive, but like as a person, I can't call him an asshole.
Yeah, exactly on the same page as you. And he's like, he does feel bad, but also to a certain degree it worked. It's like, it's hard for him because he sees the results of her getting a job now, and he feels like he helped motivate her. This is not healthy for her. She's gonna spiral fast. Like,
Mm,
even if she allocates a job now, she's now realizing that regardless, she does not have a real support system, right?
right.
It's just so fucking sad. Um, but yeah, is there I mean, this only came out 3 days ago, there's definitely no follow-up.
Yeah. I guess most people might not follow up.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm excited to see what the YouTube comments say about that. Hey, anyways, thanks for
Yeah.
watching. I hope you enjoyed these few stories. If you want to see us do this again, hit the like button. This shit's actually super fun to me. I'm having a great time.
I fuck with it.
Yeah, this is cool. Anyways, feel free to talk that shit in the YouTube comments. We'll see you there. And thanks for your love and support. Always don't forget the like button and subscribe for daily uploads. I upload 2 videos every single day. Well, technically 3 because I also upload YouTube Shorts here as well. So 3 videos every single day on this channel. 3 videos full-length videos every single day on my other channel, Aliciaxlife. I upload 6 videos a day and stream every day. I do nothing else with my life except for this. So if you want to enjoy internet brain rot, stick around. We'll catch you later. Bye.